May I request Ms. Anjali Chauhan, Member Executive SCBA, to kindly present a bouquet to Honorable Mr. Justice Yu Lali, Chief Justice of India. May I request Mr. Vikas Gupta, Member Executive SCBA, to kindly present a bouquet to Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Judge Supreme Court of India. May I request Ms. Nandini Gupta, Member Executive SCBA, to kindly present a bouquet to Mr. R. Venkatramani, Learning Attorney General for India. May I request Ms. Seema Patnaha, Member Executive SCBA, to kindly present a bouquet to Mrs. Hemant Gupta. Honorable Mr. Justice Yu Lale, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Judge Supreme Court of India, family members of Justice Hemant Gupta, Mr. Pratik Gupta's son, who is a lawyer, daughter Kavya Gupta, son-in-law Anubhav Modi, and Mrs. Hemant Gupta, Mr. R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General for India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, Shri Vikas Singh, President SCBA, Shri Pradeep Kumar Rai, Vice President SCBA, Mr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, President Scora, senior advocates, and my fellow colleagues at the bar. Today we have gathered here to bid farewell to Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Judge Supreme Court of India. He was elevated as Judge of Punjab and Haryana High Court on 2nd of July 2002 and was appointed Chief Justice of Madhya Pradesh High Court on 18th of March 2017 and was appointed Judge of Supreme Court on 2nd of November 2018. In his tenure of 4 years as a Supreme Court Judge, he gave numerous landmark judgments. He was part of the Constitution Bench in Jayashree Lakshman Rao Patil vs. State of Maharashtra, reported in 2021 8 SCC 1, dealing with the case of Maratha reservation. He was part of the bench in Madras Bar Association vs. Union of India, reported in 2027 SCC 369, dealing with the appointment of tribunal members and the tenure of tribunal members. In the case of Union of India vs. Onkar Nath, reported in 2022 1 SCC 40, it was held that the government accommodation is meant for serving officers and cannot be taken as a recourse to stay for life by the government servers. I take this opportunity to also thank Honorable Mr. Justice Yu Lalit, Chief Justice of India and Security Committee of Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Honorable Mr. Justice Anirudh Bose and Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna that the entry issue for lawyers in this additional building complex is finally sorted out and a circular has been issued today by the registry. In fact, during our meeting with the security people, along with the security committee of honorable judges, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul specially spoke for us regarding the difficulty faced by lawyers in entry in this additional building complex, and because of him also this problem could be sorted out. Thank you, sir. With this, may I now request Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rai, Senior Advocate and Vice President SCBA, to kindly give his welcome address.
Honorable Justice U. Lalit, the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice Hemant Gupta, the Judge Supreme Court of India, and other judges of Supreme Court of India, Mr. R. Venkatramani, Attorney General for India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Solicitor General of India, Mr. Vikas Singh, President, Supreme Court Bar Association, Rahul Kaushik, Secretary, Supreme Court Bar Association, Energetic Rohit Pandey, Joint Secretary of Supreme Court Bar Association, Manoj Mishra ji, President, Supreme Court Advocate on Record Association, Honorable P.H. Parikh ji, the 6th-time President of Supreme Court Bar and 10 times President of SCORA, members of our Executive Committee and SCORA, and distinguished guests. Honorable Alka ma'am, and Pratik. Honorable Justice Gupta was born on 17/10/1957 in Chandigarh. He is son of Honorable Jitendra Veer Gupta, who was an advocate, and then later he was arrested in emergency, and later he became judge and also got the office of Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court. Thereafter, he was opposing the so many policies of the government. He resigned from the post, and he was also arrested in 1992 on the charges when RSS was banned, because he was the chief of RSS. So he was of that particular state. So he was arrested, and later when the ban was lifted, the case FIR was caused by the Punjab and Haryana High Court. He has performed immensely in the social service. He is a person who has always taken care of advice of his grandfather, who told that whatever income you make, 10% of that should belong to the charity. His grandfather, Dilip Chand Gupta, was a prominent civil lawyer, very well respected person, and he was referred Bauzi in his village. After joining the chamber of Mr. R.K. Mittal, he started practice in Punjab and Haryana High Court, where he was a very hardworking junior, and later when he became independent, even then he used to get call from many other senior lawyers for research work or something which are about to inquire some authorities, of which, leaving his work, he used to do all the research work and inform the senior first, and thereafter preparing for his own case. Fee was never a consideration for him. He used to say, think about the client, not about the fee, not about the money. His clerk used to say कि साहब हमारे ऐसे हैं कि जो फीस दे उसका भी भला और जो नहीं दे उसका भी भला. He was additional AG of Punjab from 97 to 99. Those days only 2 additional AGs used to be appointed. Nowadays there are more than 50. So even they have also become a normal council, but being the 2 AGs, he used to get a lot of work, and he was champion of civil law when he was practicing there. In fact, when he became judge, he has delivered so many judgments in the criminal law also, and many other branches of law. His friends, they remember him as one of the best human being, who is fond of sports, who is a fitness freak. He used to go to gym almost every day and attend aerobics classes in Chandigarh. His trainer is nowadays in Tripura, who used to give the classes of aerobics. He has been the chairman of State Legal Services Authority of Punjab and Haryana. Thereafter, he was transferred to Bihar, Patna High Court. He was judge for a brief time, then he was acting Chief Justice, and thereafter he was transferred to as Chief Justice of Madhya Pradesh High Court. After joining this court, he has left a mark on each and every lawyer, and he has also been noticed for his bold judgments and several other qualities, like he is fond of gardening, he is fond of traveling. I don't know whether his fitness freak instinct is still alive or not, but earlier he used to go to gym almost every day. He has served as member of computer committee for over 10 years. And fortunately, when he was sharing the bench with Honorable Justice Chanchud and Honorable Justice Rastogi, they did not bring any paper in the court, and that was the first hearing, a paperless court hearing in the Supreme Court of India. Justice Gupta has been a fearless judge. He may have an opinion with which many would not agree, but he still speaks what he believes in. He says, gives everyone the benefit of the doubt. That's what I always teach. but even my own words of wisdom are now somewhat out of reach. Life should not be lived, it should be celebrated. Now, after demitting the office, I feel your friends are actually waiting for you in Chandigarh, and your golf course in Chandigarh is also waiting for you, which has found you absent for a long time. As far as money is concerned, he is, I think, following the practice of advice given by his grandfather, and he feels that his grandfather used to say कि पैसा बुरे वक्त में दोस्त होता है, ऐसा लोग समझते हैं, लेकिन अगर अच्छे दोस्त हों तो बुरा वक्त आता ही नहीं. His son Pratik Gupta, who is now fourth generation lawyer, and daughter Kavya, who is married to Mr. Y.C. Modi's son, who was DG NIA. I feel that, sir, you have to enjoy your life. You don't leave your art of living. Enjoy your golf. क्या अपनी तरह जीने का अंदाज छोड़ दें? क्या है मेरे पास इस अंदाज के सिवा? You are going to have a very wonderful life. We all are actually grateful to give you this farewell, and we are really happy that this gathering is present in your honor. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pradeep sir, for giving insight into the life of Justice Hemant Gupta. With this, may I now request Mr. R. Venkatramani, Learning Attorney General for India, to kindly give his address.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, my brothers and sisters at the bar, I don't think we can bid farewell to any judge at any point of time. The entry and exit of honorable judges to and from this court and its great citadels of justice are always cherished moments. When somebody enters, great expectations. When somebody leaves, expectations fulfilled. And I never thought in my 42 years of practice in this court that we give leave to any honorable judge. In the physical sense, yes, but not in any other sense. I don't think that therefore I will give leave to Justice Hemant Gupta. But we all gather here to share lovely moments of our days in the court. All of us have walked into his court with a great feeling that we will have a day in the court, and we walked out of his court with a satisfaction that we had our day in the court. That's what they say about having a day in the court, but you're fully heard. And I don't think I had any moment in Justice Gupta's court that I did not have a day in the court. Well, I must only share with you a recent gift he gave to me, and I cherish that gift. It was a matter relating to a temple administration, pending since about a decade here, very aggressively fought on both sides, influential people on both sides. I was representing a small section of worshippers in the temple. And when the matter came for final hearing before a bench presided by Justice Hemant Gupta and Justice Ramasubramaniam, we were all prepared for this big battle, WWW, right? With written submissions and judgments and so on and so forth. But just about to begin the case, I thought that why don't we settle this matter? I shared this thought with the honorable judges, and Justice Hemant Gupta looked at it. That's the best thing to have been done in this matter long ago. I should tell you, within 2 days, the matter was compromised, and my dear friend Gopal Subramaniam, appearing virtually, only endorsed my suggestion about a compromise and a mediation. The most interesting part of it is not this gift for me. A few days later, I received a wonderful letter from my clients, and just after my appointment as Attorney General, the same gentleman writes to me saying, "Sir, you served me in the temple, God has served you." I want to have this wonderful gift which Hemant Gupta had given to me, and I'm sure we will be able to serve. My only passion for doing justice in this court is look at the most undeserving section of our community, the most deprived sections of our community. The honor and the glory of our profession lies in extending our warm hearts and to serve every part of this section. And as we look at the expanding horizons of judicial review, the court entering into a wide range of social, political, and economic concerns, all of us are together in being soldiers of being part of this great temple of justice. We do our little things in our own little way, but I'm sure this collective endeavor, collective effort to be soldiers of justice, I think is what matters. And I am extremely thankful to all the warmth which Justice Hemant Gupta had given to me in his court, both inside and outside the court. And I'm sure, I have to repeat, we will look forward to him not to leave us, but be with us as long as he would like to be with us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Vikas Singh, Senior Advocate and President SCBA, to kindly give his address.
Justice U.U. Lalit, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges of this court, Mr. R. Venkat Ramani, London Attorney General for India, members of the family of Justice Hemant Gupta, Shri Pradeep Rai, Vice President SCBA, Rahul Kaushik, Secretary SCBA, members of the Executive Committee of SCBA, Shri Manoj Mishra, President SCORA, members of the Executive Committee of SCORA, members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege for me to bid farewell to Justice Gupta, a man of extraordinary intellect, wisdom, vision, ethics, and substance, who is deeply revered by the members of the bar. Justice Gupta was born on 17th of October 1957 in a family associated closely with law for generations. His grandfather was an eminent civil lawyer who voluntarily left practice at the peak of his career and practiced in Patiala and East Punjab states from 48 to 56, then shifted to Chandigarh in 56 when the High Court was established. His father retired as Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court in 1991. In July 1980, Justice Gupta enrolled as an advocate and began practicing in the Chandigarh District Court. Thereafter, in 84-85, he shifted practice to Punjab and Haryana High Court. He started his career with Mr. R.K. Mittal and thereafter with Shri G.C. Garg, and both of them are his role models. He did not have a place to start practicing as his father had just been elevated and was living in an official bungalow and he didn't want to work from there. So he got a small place in the annexee of the family home to have his own office. Those are the humble beginnings of Justice Gupta. Initially, in those initial years, like any newcomer in this profession, he didn't have much work, and he did not waste his time in those days, as he used to sit in office and read the All India Manual and try to enrich himself in this waiting for time. All that has stood his by all these years. He primarily dealt with civil cases including labor, company, constitutional, and service law. And in 1997, Justice Gupta was appointed as Additional Advocate General Punjab and served up till 1999. Following the footsteps of his father, he was appointed as a judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court on the 2nd of July 2002. He dealt with a number of important legal issues as a member of the full benches and division benches, apart from single benches. He was a member of the Computer Committee for Punjab and Haryana High Court for over a decade. The committee is credited for introducing case management system, which digitized the court record and introduced the e-filing system. Justice Gupta was the executive chairman of the State Legal Services Authority, Chandigarh, between July 12 to January 2016. He was transferred to my home state, that is the Patna High Court, on the 8th of February 2016. And on 29th of October 16, he was appointed as the acting Chief Justice of the Patna High Court. Patna always remained close to his heart, and he has good memories of my home state. He was transferred once again on the 18th of March to the Madhya Pradesh High Court to serve as the Chief Justice. Justice Gupta was elevated to the Supreme Court on the 2nd of November 2018. He passed many landmark judgments and dealt with all branches of law, be it civil, revenue, constitutional, company, tax, or criminal. Justice Gupta has been a part of 535 benches and has authored 190 judgments during his tenure. He possessed all the indispensable qualities of a judge, that is creativity and compassion. His inclination towards digitizing judicial system followed him to the Supreme Court as well. In June 2020, Justice Gupta, along with Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice Ajay Rastogi, chose to hear matters and take notes entirely on their laptops instead of bringing paper files into the courtroom. Just before his retirement, Justice Gupta upheld the hijab ban in educational institutions in Karnataka, while Justice Sudhanshu Dalia gave a verdict in favor of removing the ban on wearing hijab. Justice Gupta dismissed all 26 appeals against the Karnataka High Court verdict that hijab was not an essential part of Islam and allowed the ban on hijab in educational institutions. Justice Gupta said that he has framed 11 questions and answered all of them against the appeals. The matter, of course, will have to be placed before Honorable Chief Justice for a larger bench. Justice Gupta, while addressing the inauguration of the Centenary building at the Patna High Court, said that to make justice delivery system effective and efficient, the cooperation of the bar is as much necessary as the willingness of the judges to dispense justice. Judges and the bar have to join hands so that citizens of the country have access to justice, which is a fundamental right of the citizens. Judges are working for the citizens, and lawyers are representing the citizens. Judges dispense justice according to the best of their understanding of law and facts. The commitment of the members of the bar to participate in the justice delivery system is as important as the responsibility of the judges to decide the matters. Without one, the other is rendered negatory. Therefore, both lawyers and judges have to work together to alleviate the misery of common man and protect the rights of citizens. Also ensure that every citizen is treated fairly with dignity and honor, and each citizen of this country deserves. He recollected the words of Viceroy when the building was put to use on 3rd of February 1916, that the court should act as a court of wisdom, justice, and mercy. Justice Gupta is a family-centered man who has 2 sisters, both married. He has had a humble upbringing, remained deeply rooted throughout his life. He, throughout his hard work and dedication, rose to the highest position in this profession while continuing to remain kind and a simple person. He is very helpful to everybody that he has been able to provide any help. He has maintained his original circle of friends from school since 1971 and always maintained that humbleness to continue that friendship. The position that he held never interfered in the personal bonds that he created. Justice Gupta leaves behind a legacy of hard work, integrity, erudition, and fortitude. His contribution to the development of Indian jurisprudence has won him deep admiration, abounding affection, and respect from the society at large. As he departs from this court, I have to say that he will be deeply missed by all the members of the bar. I, on behalf of the Supreme Court Bar Association, wish him the very best in his new innings, and I'm sure he will be around us and he will be there to guide us in all our future endeavors, and we will be always associated with him. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikas sir. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice U.U. Lale, Chief Justice of India, to kindly give his address.
Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Mrs. Alka Gupta, the family members of Justice Hemant Gupta, my esteemed colleagues on the bench, learned Attorney General for India, learned Solicitor General of India, learned President of Supreme Court Bar Association, learned Vice President of Supreme Court Bar Association, learned President, Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association, office bearers of SCBA and SCAURA, learned senior advocates who were present today, all other advocates, registry officials, persons from media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very difficult day. Today in the morning when we formed a bench, Justice Gupta and I, many thoughts came to my mind. And when the advocates were saying certain things as we were about to rise, at the end of it I said, we are two senior-most judges in terms of age today forming the bench. And perhaps what Mr. Justice Gupta is experiencing today, maybe in 3 weeks' time, I will be sharing the same experience. And then I was just remembering our days, our association. I saw Justice Gupta for the first time about 12 years back when I appeared before him when he was judge in Punjab and Haryana High Court. It was a service jurisprudence matter. And service jurisprudence matters have those fine, small details and, very detailed facts. So I thought that I had mastered everything. When I had appeared before him, all my notes, everything was ready. But he was more than ready, and he was actually putting questions, going into such details that I said, how could a judge who has about 70 odd matters before him could have that expertise and the will to go into every small detail? And that's what makes Justice Hemant Gupta a man who has that capacity to go into everything to make what is called the best of whatever is presented before him. I still recollect when I shared bench with him, with Justice Indu Malhotra. Out of 3 of us, he was the only judge who was having a laptop before him or whatever that implement. I'm slightly technologically challenged, so therefore I was using the paper books. So was Justice Indu Malhotra. But Justice Hemant Gupta was all completely digitized version of everything before him. So no wonder that his court has always been encouraging paperless attempts at going ahead with the entire mechanics. He was, as you have been appraised of, he was associated with legal aid work. Whatever he had an occasion to deal with, enter into, he has done it to the best of his ability. I was just contemplating what are the commonalities between us, and today I realized that his grandfather was also a lawyer like mine. His father was a judge like mine. He is a judge. His next generation is a lawyer. So therefore we have at least about something to say in common. But that commonality ends there. He is far, far better than any one of us, including me. His capacity has put in a lot of hard work in whatever he has done. When I was sharing the bench, any judgment and it would be ready within 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks was the maximum. So therefore, he was a man who would find time to write judgments immediately. That's the kind of hard work as a judge Justice Hemant Gupta has brought to bear. And that makes the man. He has had almost 20 years, slightly more than 20 years of judicial career. 20 years of hard work means a lot. And at the end of it, now is the time for Justice Hemant Gupta. It is true what Mr. Venkatramani said, the Attorney General, that judges, we don't bid farewell to judges. Judges are always with us through their contributions. Mr. Hemant Gupta will always be with us through his contributions, but let him have some time with his family and his favorite sport, golfing. So, wish you all the best, Justice Hemant Gupta.
Thank you, sir. Justice Hemant Gupta was always very tech-savvy, was heading the computer committee in the High Court, and here also was the first paperless bench with Honorable Justice Chanchud and Honorable Justice Ajay Rastogi. With this, may I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to kindly give his address, sir.
Honorable Chief Justice of India, my brother and sister judges, Learned Attorney General for India, and his team of law officers, including Solicitor General, Mr. Vikas Singh, President, Supreme Court Bar Association, Shri Pradeep Kumar Rai, Shri Rahul Kaushik, and other office bearers, Mr. Manoj Mishra, President of Supreme Court Advocates on Record Bar Association, advocates, senior advocates, officers from the registry of this court, and other distinguished guests present today. Today I'm quite relaxed. I don't have any files to read. I don't have any judgments to dictate. This day I'm getting it after almost 20 years. I had a long journey. The journey on the path of justice was indeed very exciting and enriching for me. It was challenging at the same time. Law is a continuous process both at the bar and the bench. I, as a student of law, have learned every day from the members of the bar and from my colleagues. This journey had many highs, but I had share of lows also. But today, when I hang my boots, I am satisfied that whatever role was assigned to me in my life and in the course of duties, I have performed to the best of my ability and true to my oath without fear or favor. In the course of duty, whatever matter had come before me, I have not shied away from deciding such matter, whatever may be the subject. I remember there was a very voluminous matter of Kandahar hijacking. The courtroom was full of the records, but I took the challenge and decided that matter. We heard the arguments for long, probably 15 days or so. The job of judge is such that one of the litigant parties would be unhappy. A judge cannot make people happy. That is not the role assigned to him. That role is assigned to other people in public life. One cannot discharge his duties with the intention to please people while discharging his duties as a judge. I was harsh in court, blunt, but whatever orders were warranted, as per my understanding, were passed. Most important is my inner satisfaction that I have given my best to the institution. I have no regrets. I have tried my best to discharge my duties with utmost humility and sincerity, though sometime I would lose my cool. No one is perfect. I certainly cannot stake any claim to perfection. In my shortcomings, I may have erred. It is wholly unintentional. The end of one stage is the beginning of another. I have played my 2 innings, one at the bar and one at the bench. I hope to play third inning, but what will be nature of my future endeavor is still undecided, except that I am going to be in Delhi to keep me occupied to do something or the other. After spending memorable times here, forging everlasting union and seeing incredible success, I am retiring with a lot of contentment in my heart before the day of my retirement from this office. I must thank my staff in court, in home, and my team of law clerks who have done the mundane duty of preparing notes. They were always excited to find the research propositions which they would do very happily and ably. I could not have made through this journey without the blessing of my parents, love and strength of my family, and the support of my friends and colleagues, both on the bench as well as from the bar. The common saying is that there is a lady behind every successful person, and that lady behind me is my wife. She has supported me always, every day, for almost 35 years. 35 years look like 37. I'm short of words to thank you all. I was able to discharge my duties with the help of hard work of the members of the bar and cooperation of my colleagues. It's hard to bid goodbye, but the time says it has to be done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sir, you spoke from the heart. It's an emotional moment to leave after 20 years as a judge. You will have now time for your family. And the bar is going to miss you, sir, a lot. Now I'll read out the message by Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Judge, Supreme Court of India, for the members of the bar. As I recall my journey of more than 42 years at the bar and bench, including 4 years at this court, I can undoubtedly say that it has been an enriching and enlightening experience. I shall always cherish the time I have spent in this court and the pleasure of having been assisted by the learned and able members of the bar of the Supreme Court. The assistance provided by the members of the bar has been immensely helpful in the better administration of justice. I shall fondly remember each day spent in this court as one of the most satisfying periods of my life. I congratulate the members of the bar in maintaining high tradition, professional excellence, probity, and transparency. I hope that the torch of this noble profession will be kept high in the future as well. Wishing you all the best to the members of the bar for their future endeavors. Thank you, sir, for such kind words for the members of the bar, sir. Now, to present a memento on behalf of SCBA, may I now request Mr. Vikas Singh, President SCBA, and Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rai, Vice President, to kindly present it to Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta. May I now request Mr. Rohit Pandey, Joint Secretary SCBA, to kindly give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Rahul. We are grateful to Honorable Mr. Justice U. Lalit, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, for accepting our invitation for presiding the function. We thank Honorable Mr. Justice Hemant Gupta, Judge Supreme Court of India, and his family members for accepting our invitation to attend this function. We thank Honorable Judges of Supreme Court of India for gracing the occasion. Congratulations, Venkat Ramani sir, for your appointment as the Attorney General for India. I thank you for gracing the occasion. I also thank Mr. Tushar Mehta, learned Solicitor General of India, learned law officers, senior members, and members of the bar, Mr. Manoj Mishra, President Skora, Mr. Sinaisis Mukherjee, Vice President Skora, Mr. Devrat, Secretary Skora, Mr. V.K. Bansal, learned Secretary General, and other registrars of the Supreme Court, press, journalists, media, electronic media, office bearers and members of the Executive Committee of different bar associations, and other distinguished guests and members, unexpected members of the bar for gracing the occasion. Kindly join us for high tea at the ground floor.
May I request the members of the EC to just kindly come on the dais for a group photograph?
ऊपर अंदर बहुत मजे ले लिए तूने।